Joining me now to discuss today's successful mission, President Trump's progress in the war on terror, and the message that bomb today sent to rogue nations. Former ambassador to the United Nations, Fox News contributor John Bolton with us tonight, Republican strategist and veteran of 10 presidential campaigns, the Dean, Ed Rollins. Ambassador, let me start with you. This bomb dropped on a system of tunnels in eastern Afghanistan near the Pakistan border. The impact, we're told, was significant. It'll be a while before the full impact can be judged, of course. Your thoughts on the symbolism and the actual effect?
Well, I'm delighted that they decided to use it. I don't really myself understand why they used this one rather than the massive ordnance penetrator, which is designed to destroy hardened and deeply buried targets. Maybe they thought this was the better choice. I certainly leave it to them. It's also interesting that the Pentagon itself has been leaking that the bomb was sent to the region at the end of the Obama administration. He was getting ready to use it. Why this is coming out of the Pentagon, I don't know. But the better point is, for 8 years, President Obama just couldn't seem to find a reason to do it. But 2 months after Trump is inaugurated, suddenly the reason appears. I mean, I think when you combine this with the strike against the Syrian air base last Thursday and Friday after the chemical weapons attack, the use of this bomb in Afghanistan, I think they're definitely awake tonight in Pyongyang and Tehran, wondering what's coming at them.
Ed?
The President said to his military, give me a 30-day plan on how we can fight ISIS and win. Obviously, this is part of the plan. They waited a long time to use this weapon. It's a very sophisticated weapon, and as John said, there's nobody around the world is not paying attention. And I think the idea, I'm not the expert that John is on all of this, but the idea that you send the bomb that next to a nuclear weapon is the most powerful weapon we have is going to shake a lot of people up. And we have a very uncertain world today. And I think at the end of the day, we now have a commander-in-chief who basically is going to let the military do what they have to do to get these things under control.
To the question the ambassador raised about why this bomb rather than a penetrator bomb, which also is successful against tunnel systems, deeply embedded facilities below the earth. Jennifer Griffin has been reporting through the day that this concussive bomb, as the Moab is, apparently has greater impact on tunnels and that kind of system than even the penetrator. Either way, it's quite a pair to draw to when you've got that kind of choice, as the military does here. It is remarkable to think that this bomb has been around for almost 14 years, ready to be used, and hasn't been. It also suggests, going to the point that Ed made about the president seeking a plan to win victory over ISIS. This means that using these 59 Tomahawk missiles on a Syrian air base, using the Moab to attack a system of ISIS tunnels, this is the early part of whatever that plan was that the military turned over to the commander-in-chief. That in and of itself is encouraging, isn't it, John?
Right. Well, I think in terms of accelerating the campaign against ISIS, particularly in Syria and Iraq, it may be hard to use this kind of weapon because of our concern for civilian casualties, but there are lots of basically empty spaces in Afghanistan where ISIS and al-Qaeda have taken to hiding. And if this is the right weapon, or whether the penetrator is better, whatever the military thinks is most efficacious, I just think this is the reason you have these weapons is to destroy the enemy, minimizing American casualties. And I don't think we should be embarrassed about its use. I think this is, as Ed says, exactly what the commander-in-chief should do instead of hobbling the American military with cumbersome and really dangerous rules of engagement for us. Let them go at it.
It's important to make it clear to all populations that are supporting ISIS in any way, being forced to support them, that the risk here is without question that you're going to be killed because the Islamic State is in your area. They're going to kill you. The United States, the coalition is going to kill you. There have to be consequences here. And the United States cannot put American lives at risk, cannot put other populations at risk, because we have some sort of nicety on rules of engagement. John, do you not agree?
Well, I don't think we want to be in a position where we're being accused about being careless of
You're going to be accused,
life.
but
Although
John,
it is certainly
wait, John. I'm sorry. Let me interrupt. We're going to be accused of everything anyway. This is real politics. We have to fight a war. We have to win. The days of the long war, the restrictive rules of engagement, and not taking responsibility in the field for victory are over, are they not?
Well, I think, as I said earlier, I do think the rules of engagement can and should be lifted, but I think you got to be careful about using this kind of weapon in a way that just makes it easier for the critics. I agree, they're going to criticize us anyway, but you're not going to drop this weapon on a city.
I want it easier for the American fighting man and woman in the field. I want force security. I want our guys to take the fewest possible wounds, and I want the enemy killed. Do you not?
No, of course, but I also don't think our people want to kill civilians unnecessarily.
No question about it. That goes without saying. You're an American. I'm an American. We have standards.
There's a place for these weapons, and they were intended for destroying
John,
large
you're raising
troop
this question
concentrations.
about one of the most remote areas.
That's what I said, Lou. They should use it in places like Afghanistan, not on cities in Iraq and Syria.
Well, I think, John, and in fairness to all of this discussion, the message that's being sent is that I'm going to fight. I'm the President of the United States. I'm the Commander-in-Chief. I have great confidence in my military. They've made recommendations, and I'm sure they made the recommendations to Obama and others. We have been in this war for terror for 15 years. The message that ought to be sent is we fired this bomb today. We have 14 more just exactly like it, and Boeing can certainly turn out a lot more if they need to. The message last week with the 59-60 Tomahawks we fired and 59 hit the target is we get 4,000 more of those. Nobody else in the world has anything like that. And if you want to continue this kind of battle that we've been in, we're taking it seriously. We're going to get it over with, and the American public, I think, will support this at the end of the day.
And those are only two elements of the ordnance inventory, if you will. John, I'm going to give you a quick word here if you think I've misconstructed your view.
No, I just think that this weapon has a place, and we used it in the right place today. Okay. It's hard to explain why we didn't use it in the last 8 years.
Yeah. We are in agreement. We conclude in agreement.
Always, Lou, always.
Always indeed, John. Thanks so much. Ed Rollins, thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it, gentlemen.